They did my goat so dirty, man. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. I want to preface this that I have not gone on here on this YouTube channel yet. I have had no negativity in my videos. It's just not my style at all. I appreciate the game. I appreciate the players. However, when you do my goat dirty like this, point God dirty like this, and you're already struggling, you're already a shithole organization, and I think Clippers fans would say the same exact thing. You deserve some negativity coming your way. And I just want to start off with appreciating Chris Paul and everything he's done for my own basketball journey, my love for the game. Truthfully, we don't even know if he will ever suit up and play an NBA game again. You know, I used to go out into my driveway and want to shoot mid-range shots just like Chris Paul, coming off the screens. Chris Paul really elevated my game in the high school level as well. A little bit of backstory in my own personal basketball journey. You know, I grew in middle school. I was about 6 foot in middle school, and I basically dominated from like 6th grade to my freshman year in high school. I made varsity team, started varsity in my freshman year on a Division I high school, circuit or whatever. I played AAU my whole life. I had some college interests. But when I stopped growing, right, I had to learn new ways to impact the game, to be a leader, to do the little dirty work things. And a guy like Chris Paul changed my whole game, man. Like, I really had to adapt to that like point guard, shooting guard role. Because I'm 6 foot, 6'1", which was a little bit smaller on the teams that I played on. I had to use my body in certain different ways than I was accustomed to, right? So I had to play bigger even though I was smaller. You know, a guy like Chris Paul, I would always watch film. The thing that I emulated the most about Chris Paul was when I had the step on somebody, getting in front of them and keeping them behind. A guy like Chris Paul was really like the engine of that becoming a thing. Like, that is a normal thing. Like him, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, like all those point guards really use their body so well. They seal that guy off. So it's either they're bumping you and it's a foul, or it's, you can get your floater off. The big has to come out to you so you can lob it. I just love Chris Paul. I love how he plays. I love how he's a basketball junkie, and he's a sicko. It's sad to see a guy like that I grew up on just getting tossed to the road, man. Like, kicked to the curb. To see how they've done their two best players in franchise history with Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, both leaving a very sour taste in their mouth, having nothing to do with the organization again. They didn't need to do this. I had to get that off my chest, man. I love Chris Paul. He's one of those guys for me that it makes me a little bit sad getting older. What a shitty franchise. You're 5-16 right now. You're 14th in the West. Having Chris Paul, who barely was even playing in the first place, granted, he shouldn't be playing. He's very, very washed, and I think we can all recognize that the player, Chris Paul, is, not there anymore, right? Terrible, terrible, terrible. On the court thing, he has no business even being involved in them being 5-16 right now. Quite frankly, this team can't defend, and they can't score the ball. They're 26th in points at only 112. They're giving up the 22nd most points in 118. The only thing they're doing well, quite honestly, is getting to the free throw line, and that's just because James Harden is averaging 27 points and 8 assists. James Harden has not looked washed at all, but let me tell you, Brook Lopez, washed. Bradley Beal, washed. Bogey, washed. Like these guys are the reason that they are what they are right now, 5-16. Like, seriously, if you look at their advanced stats, the only thing they're doing well right now is they're getting to the free throw line. Been pretty disappointed in Zubac as well. I really loved him in Harden's two-man game last season, and he was someone who I thought was going to take a huge another step in his progression. I mean, he is averaging 16 and 12, but I feel like it's pretty quiet. Granted, I have not been tapped into this team whatsoever, and that's why I'm not going as in-depth on their struggles as maybe some other creators or fans will. I don't want to watch this team. Can you blame me? I don't think you guys want to watch this team. Clippers fans don't want to watch this team. They're shooting 35% from three, which is middle of the pack. Their defensive rating is 26th in the league, 22nd in offense. So, they're not doing anything right. You don't even have any excuses anymore either. They look just as bad with Kawhi on the court than with him off the court. You know what I mean? Like, there's no silver lining here to be like, oh, when we get Kawhi back, oh, when we get Brook Lopez back, oh, when we get James, like, everybody has at least relatively been healthy. Obviously, Derek Jones Jr. is out. Bradley Beal's missed a bunch of time. So they're definitely dealing with their injuries. John Collins really hasn't been what you kind of hoped and people hoped in the offseason. I thought he was somebody who could have been pretty huge for this team. Offensively, he's been fine, like boards wise. He's a pretty decent rebounder for this team. They've lost the last 4 games. Granted, they've been pretty close against some tough teams, but I mean, like Dallas, like they're in the same realm of Dallas, right? Memphis, they should be able to win that game. Lakers, tough one. Cavs, tough one. Yeah, just not good. The crazy part about this is that apparently Ty Lue and Chris Paul weren't on speaking terms for weeks leading up to this. How are you a head coach of NBA players and you can't sit in a room together and talk it out? I mean, these are grown men. I find that crazy to me. And it seems like this is on Ty Lue and not Chris Paul, because apparently Chris Paul was denied meeting with the higher ups, with Ty Lue. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know why you do this. You're 5-16. He was the one silver lining that this team even really had. Not even give him the opportunity to finish the year on a shit team. You know, blow it up. Blow it up. I think they deserve all the bad, because I see this as the rock bottom for this team. It might only get worse, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Do you fire Ty Lue? If you're going to send Chris Paul home, just fire Ty Lue as well. You know, they're both responsible for what's going on here, right? Chris Paul's 40 years old. We all know the type of player that he is, the antics that he gets into. He's a sicko. He will do anything to win. He is a coach on the court. That is a necessity for a team, right? Even with the Spurs, he was phenomenal as just like, hey, I'm going to just give this ball to Wemby, even though nobody else would for some reason. And he's always been that guy that just understands the game, wants to win, likes to put his guys in the best position, and he is a little bit outspoken. But we know that about him. He's hard-nosed. He's been in the league for fucking almost 20 years. This isn't a shock to anybody. But apparently it was to the Clippers. Just terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah, Clippers fans, I want to know what you're thinking.